Hey everybody, welcome to our Good Vibe Tribe call. Today is February 16th, 2021. Welcome if you're a brand new coach. There are 4 things you need to do in this business. They are the 4 vital behaviors, and they are truly the 4 things you'll always do, no matter how new or how seasoned you are as a coach. And that's simply be proof the products work. And that doesn't mean drink a shake and do a workout. It literally means live this lifestyle, embody it, radiate, and share it authentically. Invite, connect, and follow up. This is the meat and potatoes of building your business. Invite everyone to be part of your challenge, everyone to get on the workouts you're doing, everyone to drink Shakeology, everyone to do Energize, anyone to come and join this community and be part of this uplifting and empowering team. Make sure you follow up with people. We always say the fortune is in the follow-up. You can even ask yourself, how many times did I need to see this or be asked to join before I pull the trigger for myself? Help others get results, and also make sure you're recognizing individuals along the way, and personal development. It's the mindset piece that makes all of the difference. If you're new to the team, make sure that you're a success starter and you get into Success Club right away. Success Club is simply helping 3 people get started on a challenge pack in a calendar month. Challenge Pack is our total solution. It is an annual to Beachbody on demand, whatever collateral they pick with their Challenge Pack, and either Shakeology or Performance. If you help 3 people and hit Success Club, you will start earning Success Club rewards. You will start earning income. If you want to see your income stack faster and really want to develop a team and a business, I always say shoot for Success Club 10 as your baseline minimum. You're almost doubling the amount of individuals you're helping in a month, and it really helps your business compound a lot faster. To be a success starter, you want to hit Success Club in either the first, the second, and third month of your business, or at least 3 of your first 6 calendar months. Success starters earn 25 times more than other coaches. They also get a free ticket to Coach Summit, our largest coaching event of the year, and they get invited into a test group before it launches. So, new advancements, big shout out to Maureen and to Kirsten on Team Viva Vida and Team Soul Unleashed. I know I was actually just on a coach sneak peek call with Maureen. I want to say not even 3 weeks back. She wasn't even on the team yet. Maybe 2 weeks back. She wasn't even on the team. She joined the team, moved her business to Emerald right away. Congratulations to both of you. Emerald is the beginning of opening the doors to your business. Not only are you eligible for the commissions we get as coaches, which are 25 to 40% in commissions, but when you become an Emerald, you're eligible for cycle bonuses as well as our Leads program. Leads program is magical. It's when Beachbody literally gives you customers. So make sure you're a part of that program. Congrats to everyone who's already in Success Club 10, and Success Club 5. I'll make sure to post these banners in the team page today so you can shout out your soul sisters. Katie Moore's already rocking the board at almost 50. Moira's at 26. Jolie 18. I'm at 18. Jonna 14. Jenny 14. Alyssa 14. Moira's got another account that has 14 on it. She's got a zillion and a half accounts. Erin 14. Erica 12. Shannon 12. Lauren 12. I'm not going to read everyone off, but I see here in the 10 and up that Jessica's at 12. I see Dee's at 10. I see Megan, who you're going to hear from today, at 10. Who else is there? Aaron Hopkins got another account that's up there. So many great coaches just jamming, and so many of you already in Success Club. And congratulations to our top coaches, top producers this past week, Katie Moore and Moira Casaba. Congratulations, you guys. If you're new to the team, make sure you're on this board with at least 300 PV or more every single week. If you're on this board with 300 PV or more every single week, I can promise you every single week you're getting a nice little commissions check in addition to anything else that you're getting from building your team and helping your coaches be successful. Rank advance your business, diversify your income, help make a bigger impact as you shine as a leader, and build your team. So again, at Emerald, it's just 2 individuals on your team. You're going to get a $14 cycle bonus, Ruby 16, Diamond 18. Your business, the road to elite, really starts at Diamond, and these cycle bonuses, they compound. They kind of like a little cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching over and over and over as you build your team and you help your coaches achieve their goals. So let me say that again. You are going to earn more income as you help your coaches achieve their goals. So find out what their goals are, not necessarily what you want them to do, but what they want to do, and then help them achieve their goals. This month's coach training and sneak peeks, we did a team sneak peek last week. It's called the Women in Wellness Workshop. It is on Facebook. If you go to the Good Vibe Tribe /Soul Warriors team page, pinned as a top announcement, there is a week at a glance that tells you everything that's going on this week, from calls you can get on to links to those calls, including the link to that Facebook page. It was a 3-day group, 2.5-day group, and we have it set up in guides, which is the same as units. I think they're calling them guides now. So literally when you go to the group, go to the social learning section or the guide section, invite your client, customer, prospect to be a part of it, and then give them the link to that social learning section, and they'll have it all set up. They can go through it right in order. Also, if you're a brand new coach to the team, hop in our team page and look over at the units section so you can get in our team training website. It is a self-paced training, goodvibetribecoaches.com. If you've already done that, log into our team Google Drive that is also in the Facebook page of the group, and do the 10-day coach university. And then next week, we're going to be revisiting the road to elite. So get ready to crank next week. Off the wall, phase 2, I believe it drops the 24th. I didn't look before I wrote that, but I'm pretty sure I read that a week ago. So I think it's phase 2 drops the 24th, and then phase 3 drops March 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. $20 off 30-day breakaway challenge packs and 9-week control freak challenge packs. And you guys, if you missed the huge announcement last week, we are moving into cycling. Cycle bikes, spin bikes. I know Jess is like, woo! Jess used to be a spin teacher. I actually was a spin teacher too. So we're moving into cycling. I don't know when this is all going to roll out. We're actually merging with another company. We're going to be using MYX bikes. We are going to have programs. So MYX bikes, if you haven't looked at them yet, they have a computer right attached to the front, and it has like a spindle. So you can do your workout, and we're gonna have the app right on there. So you can do your workout. Can you imagine like Jericho doing a freaking spin class? That's what we're looking at, stuff like that. Our trainers doing cycle classes, and then also new trainers coming in. So can you imagine though, like let's say Jericho's half and half, which I'm obsessed with if you've never done it. So you're doing like a spin with Jericho, and then all of a sudden you flip your screen to your living room and start doing core and weights and all the other things that she does to shred out your body. That is what I'm envisioning happening here. It is going to be freaking huge. And yes, we will also be able to sell the spin bikes. They're like $1,200 more. So that will be a commission for you. So this is huge, ground level, huge stuff. The company Beachbody is going public. The ticker will be BODY. That's going to be happening in May. So you'll have options if you'd like to purchase stock. They can't give any advice on that, but it is certainly a huge, huge, huge deal. Okay, all of that said, I want to spend the rest of this afternoon, I know Jess is like ready to go, the rest of this afternoon learning from Megan. She's going to teach us, that is the wrong one. She's going to teach us all about Reels. She's had an amazing experience developing her business, using them, seeing her business grow, and found a great way to add value, entertainment, and share with her niche market and pull in more of her niche. So all of that shared, I'm going to roll it over to you, Megan.
Okay. Hey, everyone. I'm really excited to talk about Reels. I love it. I think that there's a lot of people not using them simply because it's new, it's different, and you think it's a lot harder than it is. But trust me, after today's training, hopefully you are going to be just as excited about Reels as I am. So I am going to share my screen. Hold on, let me pull up. Okay. See if that's good. All right. So today we're going to be talking about how to actually, let me just pull up Canva because then I can just scroll through. Sorry. There we go. That's what I want. There we go. Okay. So today we're going to talk about Reels. So I've had 3 of them go viral, and viral can be a great thing because you get a lot of eyes on your feed, but it really, what's great about Reels is that you can create content that lives on your feed, that's video, that's fun, that's new, that Instagram is pushing out, that's for your niche market. So where you're going to gain followers and the type of followers that you want is people that you're trying to help. So first and foremost, you have to know what problem are you solving and who are you helping. But this is going to be all about how to use Reels. All right, why can't I? Here we go. Okay, so Reels educate, entertain, and empower your audience. Those are the 3 things that you can do with Reels, and that's really what you want to think about when you are creating them. So it's content. When Reels first launched, it was just 15 seconds. Now you can do up to 30 seconds. I really like the 15 seconds. I think 30 seconds is a bit long. That's my opinion, but you have to see and try things out with your audience and see what they like. I think that the messier the Reels, the more fun they are, the more gritty, the more real they are, the better that they do. That's what I've seen. I'm always very surprised at the ones that go viral because it's always the ones that are a little less manicured. Those are the ones that people are really liking. This is not to say that you should not be intentional with your reel. You absolutely should be intentional. Every reel that you create should aim to educate your audience or entertain them in some way or empower them. You want to use music from the audio feature inside of Reels. This is really important, and this is actually new information that Instagram has released, that they are no longer going to be showing the Reels that have the little TikTok logos, like people made TikTok videos and uploaded them into Reels. Well, in the beginning, that was fine because they just wanted people to be using Reels. So they allowed that. And they were in the explore page, but now they're going to start they're not going to knock you. You're not going to get shadow banned, but you're not going to make it to the explore page. So the whole point of making content is to make it in the app you're using. So there was a lot of also drama that went down with the music industry and also TikTok and Reels, where they removed a lot of popular music. And people were pirating it and putting it on there because they wanted to use specific music. So the best practice for you would be to, inside of Reels, use the music that's there under the audio feature. If you see somebody that's a big influencer that used a certain thing and it's from TikTok or whatever, I wouldn't do it. Honestly, I would find that music inside the audio and do what you can, because if it goes down where they start to remove things that are from other apps, you don't want your reel that you spent time on to get removed. So best practice is to use the audio inside of Reels. So when you create your content, I was talking to Jessica about this, you want to think about your ideal client and your niche, right? So you want to think about what's something that I can teach them? What's something that I can show or share? A lot of us spend a lot of time inside of stories sharing valuable content, doing cute things, whatever, videos. And now, you guys, we get to put that kind of stuff into Reels. So instead of looking at it oh my gosh, wait a second, I have to do what everybody else is doing. Sure. I thought pointing at words was kind of silly, but I tried it and my metabolism tips went crazy. People loved it. So there is a time and a place. I want you to see what you like or see what's working for somebody else and then do it in your way. Recreate it for your audience. So I did the pointing, but I did the pointing to metabolism tips and things like that. That's what my people like. I'm not going to do the one where I'm pointing to, I don't know, something else like business tips, because people are on my feed really to learn about business. However, I do get coaches, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but you want to be pointing to things that have to do with what your people want to learn from your page. So keeping that in mind, you want to entertain people with eye-catching, don't use the filters. Don't think about it of making yourself look perfect, but think about it as what filter can I use maybe for it to be eye-catching? Because it is fun and they're there for us to use. So you can use the filters, you can use, the music, you can speed it up or slow it down. You can edit it. And I'll show you in my video that I'll show you in a minute where you can edit it so that it'll stop at a certain place in the music. You can change outfits. You can be in a different room and then it'll start again. Jessica, you look confused. I'll show you in the video. If you see a reel where somebody's they're snapping their fingers and they change their outfit, they literally just stop the music where they want and then pick it right back up again. Reels allows you to do that. It's HD quality and it's a very, very awesome editing tool. You have to play around with it, but learn how to use the edit features. And the only way you can really learn is to just get in there and play around with it. You want to be relatable. So you always want to be yourself. You don't want to try to be somebody else on Reels. You want to be yourself. If you're not a silly person who dances around like me and does weird things, don't try to be that. Figure out how can you use it to be you. Meredith makes food look sexy. So Meredith should be doing reels with food and learning how to do it like that. It doesn't always have to be your face. I did a tutorial, the TikTok wraps, my kids saw that and thought it was really cool. So I recreated it inside Reels. And all I did was I filmed it on my camera and then I edited it in iMovie, and then I uploaded it into Reels. And I'll show you how to do that, because some people think that, oh, you can only record in Reels. You can, but you can also edit videos in iMovie and upload them into Reels, or you can do both. So you want to show your expertise and your passion. So whatever you are an expert in, as far as like anything really, like your niche specifically, what can you teach somebody? What have you overcome? What are you learning in your nutrition program right now? Or what is like a win that you just had? Just teach it. You can do anything and teach anything in a quick 15 seconds. You can use music, or you can use voiceovers. The way that I do voiceovers on my reel is I use InShot. It's an app. It's InShot. It's an app that allows you to upload a video, and then you click the little music sign in it, and it'll allow you to add music or a voiceover, and then it'll count down 3, 2, 1, and you just talk as you're watching the video. And it's really cool. I love it. I've used it a couple times, and people seem to like it. So I do a mix of like voiceover and music and all the things. Like I like to be creative. So I don't think that Reels isn't like the feed. Like, you are going to find your style in Reels the more that you do it, and you can just have that freedom to just create. It doesn't have to look a certain way. You don't have to do the same thing every time. You don't always have to have a cover photo. Like, what works for one person isn't going to work for somebody else. Like, I don't want you to worry about being perfect with it. Just do it. Always save your reel to your phone. Always save it to your phone. You can also save it in drafts, and I'll show you how to do that in the video. And don't worry, it's always there. Like, sometimes you have to re-upload Instagram so that you can see everything in your drafts, but like, you can save it. I always save it to my phone, all right? Because something might happen weird, or it might like accidentally get deleted. But if once you edit it and you add all the text, save it to your phone just in case. And you can also save it to your Reels drafts. Don't cover your face with the text. Make sure that it's kind of off to the side or like here, right? And you want to make sure that if you are like adding text, that it's bold and legible and you can read it. And I'll go over that in just a minute, but you want to use visible videos. It's HD quality. So like when you are filming something, you want to make sure that the lighting is good, unless you're going for something that's a little bit more gritty. Like when I do like my home videos with me and my kids dancing, like I'm not going to get my ring light out, right? Because that's not like believable. But if I want somebody to see my face, my facial expressions, I always do it in front of my kitchen window or outside so they can see my face. Be intentional. So I would say aim for 3 reels a week. At the very minimum. If you want to do more, like if you're just starting out, 2 to 3 is going to be plenty. And you want to it's better to be intentional than to just throw stuff up. Because if you're just throwing stuff up just to throw it up and thinking like, I'm just going to do a reel every single day because that's going to help. It's not really going to help grow your Instagram unless like you're creating a reels for a reason for that person to follow you back. So really be intentional with it. Okay. How do I go? Okay. What not to do in Reels. Do not use third-party apps. Don't go create something in TikTok and then just save it and upload it to Reels. That you could have gotten by with that for the last 5 months, but they're really going to start they don't want people to do that. They want you to use Reels or edit a video in iPhone and upload it into Reels and like add text and music and things in Reels. Don't use pirated music. Stick to the audio music on Reels and IG. These are big like no-nos. And then don't focus on perfection, but create, educate, inspire, and most importantly, have fun and be yourself. Be yourself. I'm a really terrible speller, but be yourself. Okay, so finally, and then I'll go into the video portion, share your reel to your feed. I know I'm in a thread with like 2 stars and up, and there's some people complaining about like, oh, how their reels are like, they're making their feed not look pretty, and oh my gosh, and I can't get the cover photo right, and do you have a cover photo, or should you not use a cover photo? You guys, both of my reels that went viral, the ones that really went viral, like 285,000 views or something, like it didn't have a cover photo. It was messy. It was gritty. It was me dancing around. Like that, those didn't have cover photos. So there's no right way to do it. I think that it really just matters. I think that cover photos, maybe they'll start to matter more, but right now it's like, if you want to make a cover photo, make a cover photo. and you can add a cover photo just like you would an IGTV. But honestly, the most important thing is to save your reel to your phone so you don't lose all that time you've spent making it, and then sharing it to your feed and really letting go of that need for your feed to look perfect, because people, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter anymore. Like, yes, we want to be professional and we want things to look nice and bright. And, you know, sometimes it's irritating if like we don't have it just perfect and it looks a little funky, but people are going to get the content anyway. And at the end of the day, it matters more that you actually did it and put it up and shared it than that it's perfect. And then also share it to your Instagram stories. So you can see here, this is my one from yesterday. All I did was I shared it to my story, and then I took the highlighter and I covered it in yellow because it kind of matched the little tap here. Covered it in yellow so they can't see it. They can hear the music, and then I say tap here, and I kind of said, Max wanted to do a reel with me, so people know that Max is my dog. So that gets them off of stories and into reels. So the idea is that people are on stories, right? And they're watching stories, and a lot of people are saying their story views are down. Well, that's because a lot of people are watching reels. That's okay. If you're making reels, you're part of that conversation. So like, that's okay. It's okay. Don't freak out. Your story views, everyone's goes up and goes down depending on the day. It really doesn't matter. If you're showing up every day and focusing on that action, I think that you should celebrate that. And so anyways, when you're sharing your reel to your stories, you want to, like, you don't want to show them everything. You want to get them off stories, because if they watch it and you don't have any like text that they have to reread again because they didn't get it the first time, they're not going to go into reels and watch it. And you want them to go into reels and watch it. And that's what's happening, is a lot of people are leaving stories because they're clicking on people's reels and then they're scrolling reels and watching reels. That's what's happening. It's okay. Like, it's okay, right? We just want to be part of the conversation and kind of understand, oh, it's not that people don't love us and don't want to watch our stories. Keep doing stories. But all that time you're spending on stories, you could spend doing a reel that's going to live in your feed for forever. So let me check the chat. Does anybody have any questions? Changing clothes is hard. Yeah, it sucks to lose it and redo it. So always save it to your phone. Okay, so nobody has any questions yet that I've covered? If so, ask now, because I have some video training. How do I change it to 30 seconds? Okay, we can go over that. It'll just let you keep recording it on your reel to do 30 seconds. Does that make sense? Here, let me show you the video. Wait, hold on. Let's watch this one first. Okay. Okay. Can everybody see that? Okay. Okay, so let's make a reel. Click the plus sign at the top right-hand corner of your Instagram screen. Select reel. Then you're going to click the music sign to select some audio. And it went like... You can select where you want the song to start and where you want it to stop by sliding that over. And it went like... And it went Once you've got it where you want, click set timer. And it went like... Put on a filter because I don't have any makeup on. That's better. Okay, then it's going to count down and you can do your introduction. And it went like... And then it'll automatically stop where you selected it. Then for this example, I'm going to show you how you can actually upload a pre-edited video into your reel to show yourself working out. So here's one of me doing my workout, and you just add it in, and it adds it in automatically. The song will be synced up to it. You don't really have to do much. You can add text if you want. And it's pretty much ready to go, right? So now, I'm going to save it to my phone and save it as a draft inside of Reels. So click Save as Draft down at the bottom. And then when you go to your Reels, you'll be able to see it. There it is. So this way you can batch content and create a bunch of Reels in one day so that they're ready to go and ready to share to your feed when you're ready. Okay, does anybody have any questions? I know that was fast, but it's really not hard. So down at the bottom where you saw me moving the sound around, you can stop it at a certain point. So when it would stop it, that's where the video will stop recording you. That will give you time to change clothes or change positions or go into a different space. And then you can set the timer again to stop it at a different place. I can't figure out how to change the audio part way through. Every time I try, it messes up the audio. Okay, Charlotte, when was the last time you reinstalled Instagram with like the updated version? Has it been a while? That might be why. So like Instagram, you can reinstall the app because it
like updates, like my phone automatically updates it. So
yeah, sometimes it helps. I don't know. Ben always like tells me he always reinstalls it sometimes if I start getting like a hard time. But do you mean like at the bottom, it makes the sound different? What do you mean?
Yeah, you know, like when like people have like one song and they're doing something and then it's like the song changes and they're in a different outfit and everything's the whole vibe is different. Like every time I try to change the audio partway through, it like dubs over the first one, so I'm hearing two songs at the same time.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I think you need to reinstall Instagram. I think that'll help that. Try that. I know. It's not going to delete your Instagram. You're just going to reinstall the app. Like your profile's still going to be there. You've never done that before?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it probably just needs to be reinstalled so that it can that'll help because you should be able to stop it and then start recording it again. Where do you add text? I'm going to show you in the next training video how to add text. Yeah, you add text at the end after you finish recording everything. Okay, let's watch that video. Oops. Okay, this is the one where I show you how to add text. Okay, now I'm going to show you how you can add text to your Reels. Click the plus sign at the top, click Reels, select your audio, throw up a filter, hit the little clock to pull up the timer and click set timer. This will give you the countdown. Okay, so that little clock at the bottom left, that is everything, okay? How you get the countdown to have 3 seconds before the music will start, you have to click set timer. Even if you don't move it like around to make it stop, if you click set timer, do you guys need to watch that again? I feel like that was fast. Hold on. So you have a little more time before the music. Okay, now I'm going to show you how you can add text to your Reels. Click the plus sign at the top, click Reels, select your audio, throw up a filter, hit the little clock. Okay, the clock, see how it says 15 seconds. So I know I'm making a 15-second reel. So there should be, if you guys go to your Reels and everybody go and click the plus sign and click Reels like you're going to make a reel. And click the timer. And you can make the countdown 3 seconds or 10 seconds. And if you select, so someone was asking, how do you make it a 30-second reel? Up at the top, that little circle that says 15, if you click that, it'll make 30. Does everybody see that? Right here at the top. So the clock is at the bottom, but at the top, there's a circle that says 15. Hit that, it'll say 30. That'll change it to 30 seconds. And now when you hit your clock, you'll see that you have 30 seconds to create your reel. All right. So I always set the timer. Even if I'm doing a 15-second reel that's going to play all the way through and I'm doing everything in one shot, I always set the timer. And this is a great thing to do too. Like, don't get stuck on the editing piece. Just make a reel that plays all the way through. You can, the ones where people are pointing and giving like 5 tips, which is the one that this is how I'm teaching you to do in this one. Those you just play all the way through. You literally can be in one outfit. You have a great song. You're pointing to the beat and you've got your 3 tips or your 5 tips that you're sharing. It's super simple. Don't get stuck on the editing piece. And okay, let's watch how I do it. Pull up the timer and click timer. This will give you the countdown. So you have a little more time before the music to get ready. The point is to have fun. 3, 2, 1, 3 to 5 tips that you're going to share. You can point to the words. You can have them pop up on the screen as you're dancing. You want to have fun. That's the whole point. Obviously, I'm having fun. So once you get your reel done,
you're going to add the text. You can add the text just like you would in an Instagram story. Make sure it's bold, easy to read, and covering your face. Okay, down at the bottom, you can slide that little slider to make the words pop.
Okay, this is where you can slide the slider to make the words pop up. Take it in. Jessica, do you see? Super simple. So the words that are highlighted in white, and I'm going to talk more about that in a minute, but where it says make and it's in white at the bottom, that's how you know what text you're editing in that moment.
At a certain time in the song. Okay, then when you add another text, you can do the same thing for the text selected. So see how I'm sliding it over and it's going to disappear and pop up when I want it to in the song. Super simple once you get the hang of it. So add all of your tips. You want to make the words stay on the screen long enough for people to read it, but not too long. The idea is you want people to watch your reel over and over again, A, because you're funny, B, because you're giving tips, and C, because they didn't catch it the first time. So once you've got all your tips up there, you can see that the one that I'm editing is the one that's highlighted in white at the bottom. That's how you can know which one you're editing. Okay, now that I've got it how I want it.
Okay, so what I did is I want all of these words to go away so that the end of the video is just like me being silly. So how I do that is simply, you guys, just pulling it back to where in the song, and normally you would be hearing the song. I turned the sound down so it's not like annoyingly like playing over and over while I explain it. But you just you drag that back with whatever word is highlighted, and that will let you know when it's going to disappear in your edit.
Okay, the words are going to disappear before the end. And then I'm going to save it to my phone. 3, 2, 1, let go. Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. Saving it to my phone with the arrow up at the top. Then I'm also going to save it as a draft in Reels. So down at the bottom it says save as draft. Click that. You always want to make sure that you're sharing it to your feed as well. So now with the caption in Reels, you want to keep it super short. So I'm just going to list out what the tips were. You don't want to say too much or talk too long. People who are consuming Reels, they want quick wins. They want to be entertained. They want it funny. If you want more engagement in your Reel, you can ask a question or include the audience with like a call to action, like tell me what your favorite is, or what's your favorite, or do you do this? You know, questions like that. So when you save as a draft, it's going to save your caption for you, so you don't have to worry about that. Then when you click your Reels, your most recent draft will show up. But if you have more than one saved, don't worry, they're all there. Just click drafts and you'll see all the ones that you have saved. So they're ready to go.
Ben was making fun of me about how terrible I am at like spelling and typing. And I said, well, I don't need to be good at that. I'm good at other things. So you can see adding text, you know, making it fun, eye-catching. That's a really great thing. Yes, the timer is everything. Does anybody have any questions? Any other questions specifically for Reels? How I like to make my cover photos is I use word swag, and I just use the Instagram story template that makes it like long and skinny. And then I just make sure that the text is not too high, not too low, just kind of somewhere in the middle or kind of off to the side, you know, something like that. There are Reels templates that you can get. I think that, oh gosh, probably like Canva. I don't know. I know that I'm sure people have made them. So I'm sure you could find some templates that you could either buy or that are up on Canva somewhere. I haven't made any yet for myself, but you could make some if you really care about that aesthetic on your feed and have all the, you know, the cover photos be the same. And when I say funny, I don't mean when I was listening to that, I mean fun. Like people want fun, especially right now with the state of the world. Like you don't have to be funny if you're not like jokester funny, but like have fun with it. You can really educate somebody and teach somebody something. And it doesn't necessarily like have to always be like funny, but like have fun with it. and make it entertaining. I mean, there's been very moving, like I did a reel where I showed old videos of me working out pregnant and then with Milo, and kind of like showed my transition into like how I am now. And it was really cool to see the transformation happen. I got so much stronger, and like the kids got bigger, and it was really moving. And you know, so you can do that as well, but like that's also entertainment. If you think about movies, there's sad movies, there's intense movies, there's funny movies, they're all entertaining, right? So for Reels, we want to think about how can we entertain, how can we educate, how can we empower or inspire our audience. So here are 5 things. Now let's talk about content a little bit, like 5 types of content that you can share, that you can create with Reels. So the first one is like that we saw today, tips, tools, tricks, you know, for your fitness or your business, you know, time management. If somebody's really great at like editing, you know, things like that, you can do like a screen record, kind of like I did for the training video. You could do something like that. You could do like how to make something. So you could do fitness, life, and business, because we're all coaches here. Like I would say of those 3 things, there's so much that we can like share about, right? And teach and things like that. The second one is what you're passionate about and why. So just like, you know, just like we're always like hearing, people want to know why we're doing something, not just about what we're doing. So talking about like, you know, what you're doing and why, as far as coaching goes, or working out at home, or eating healthy, or mindset, any of those things, right, are great topics. And then for your specific niche, if you're like a toddler mom, the way that you share why you work at home and when you work out and things like that, that's going to be in a category of its own, separate from me, who's not a toddler mom. You know what I mean? So, so just keeping it niche specific. And then behind the scenes is always great. Like people love to see behind the scenes. And before Reels, it was only in Instagram stories that we could share that. But now we can share in Reels, like behind the scenes of meal prep, behind the scenes of, you know, getting ready to work out, behind the scenes of what our morning routine looks like, but all the behind the scenes stuff that you've ever shared in stories, you guys. Go back and look at your Instagram story archives and inspire yourself with the content that you've already created. Scroll through and be like, oh yeah, oh my gosh, remember I did that? Oh yeah, the kitchen towel like workouts that I shared on my Reels, those are old Instagram stories. When I was doing 80-day obsession, I was like, this is great. The Valentine's Day workout with Calvin, yeah, I could have shot another one, but I found a really cute video of him and I doing it a long time ago and just reshared it. Like, you know, you can get creative from content you've already done in Instagram stories as far as behind the scenes goes. You know, how you organize your kitchen, if you're organizing your closet, if you're doing like home decorating, like whatever you're into, you guys share that. That's going to be relatable and connect with people. Okay, number 4, tutorials. So you could do a tutorial on hair. You could do a tutorial on food. You could do a tutorial on pretty much anything. Tutorials and do-it-yourself projects are still super popular. So if you watch YouTube, you have a favorite YouTuber or favorite, like, you know, Instagram influencer, and they're doing DIYs or tutorial, and like you're really into that, think about how you can recreate that for yourself and just do it short, 15 seconds or 30 seconds. Teach something. Number 5, how, I can't read my writing. Oh, yeah. So how you turned a challenge into something empowering. So I kind of did a reel like this with Calvin. So my son, I had epilepsy, he has Tourette's, I've overcome epilepsy, he is overcoming Tourette's, and together we are like doing it together. And so I just paired that with a little dance that he made up, and we did it, and it was fun, and people like loved it. Like people they really felt it. And it opened up the conversation for a lot of moms to share about, you know, their kids with special needs, or their kids with, you know, whatever their challenges are. And that's me, like from, you know, that I've struggled in my life on certain things and I always overcome. And like, that's part of my story. So, you know, I would share something like that. And I was nervous to share it and sweaty talking about it. It wasn't something that I've talked a lot about, but it was really powerful. And I think anytime we can talk about financial challenges or relationship challenges or that hard thing that you overcame, even if it's just like, you know, not loving a morning workout to now getting to the point where you really enjoy it, and like how you got there. You know, all these kinds of things. Like, instead of just like thinking about transformation stories as side-by-side progress photos, let's think about it as actually telling the story. How can we tell a story? Movies are amazing and we love them because they make us feel something. Reels gives us the opportunity to make people feel something on a certain level that a static image will never be able to do. Okay. So think about that as you're creating your content, and think about like, how can I, like, you could even, for content creation, turn on some really like good music and brainstorm like all the challenges you faced in your life. And maybe you're not going to create content around all of that, but like write down that stuff. Write down some stuff you overcame in 2020, and how can you, what did you learn from it? And how can you then empower and share that story, right, with your audience? Because I promise you, you're not the only one. We're never alone. We're never the only one. And part of the beauty of being coaches and having this platform on Instagram is that we get to connect with other people through our story. And I don't know if you've ever looked at your insights, but if you have a creator account or a business account, you can see your insights on Instagram. So you can go to Insights and you can look at your posts and things that got the most engagement. And I did that the other day because I was curious. And all of the ones that did the best, it didn't matter if it was a video or a picture, it was the ones where I was telling a story. So although we are talking about niche and we are talking about shareable content and valuable content and tips and all these things that are very, like, that's what Instagram is about. That's what people, it's the best way to grow your business right now. And that's what everyone's talking about. But don't forget the power of story. There is a way that you can share valuable tips and also weave your story in there. And that, I think, is the most powerful content, because you're not just standing on a podium like teaching, but you're in it with them. Like, you're relatable. You're reaching out your hand and you're saying like, me too, without having to say that. Does that make sense? So just don't forget to continue to share your story, and don't get so caught up in the tricks and the shareable content and the quotes. Those are all great. It's all great. And like, entertaining reels is so important, right? So great. But don't forget to share your story. And you can do that with reels, right? You can do it. You can do it. The ones with my kids always do well. Yes, everybody loves to see people's families, and kids are so cute. But it doesn't mean you have to share kids on your reels. You do not have to. You can share valuable content just you alone. You can create a reel just around like a meal that you made or a smoothie. You don't have to lip sync. You don't have to point at things. These are all tools and ways that people are creating content. Also, if you see something you really like, don't like feel bad taking that idea and making it your own as well. That's it, you guys. Anybody have any questions or want to talk about anything specific having to do with reels?
You know, I have questions.
Yes.
So when I think about, let's just use like organizing your closet for an example.
Love it.
I immediately go, okay, but like it takes me like an hour to organize my closet. So how do you like do that with like recording it? Do you just record the whole thing and then you take it into iMovie and break it into smaller pieces? Like, to me, it becomes like, I have no idea how to do that.
You could do it that way. You could do it that way. You could also record it in Reels and stop the music at a certain time. But yeah, if it's taking you a few hours to do something, then I would just, like, if they're going to see the whole closet and see you doing it and you're going to speed it up like a fitness video and edit it, you could do it that way. Absolutely. You can edit it in iMovie and upload that to Reels. Okay. If you wanted to record it right in Reels, I've done it too, where I just stop the music and I do a little something and I push play again. But the hard part about that is it gets tricky, because you can delete like a clip, but if it finishes all the way through, and this happened once and it ended, I was so upset at my husband because I'm like, why did you do that? And he was like, it's okay, it's still good. I'm like, that's not what I wanted to do. And then somehow we figure out how to fix it. But it was the like Sex and the City one where I like flipped my hair. And anyways, but you can, but if it gets to the end of the 15 seconds or the 30 seconds, that's it. That's the reel. Like, you can't go back and edit it. So if you are all questioning, like, at all, I would say set up your phone, record it. even show different angles or different parts of like the closet as you do it, because you can label things right in Reels. Edit it in iMovie, and then you can upload that to Reels. Yeah, but use the audio, use music in Reels, and then you'll edit the text and everything in Reels. Yeah, that's what I would do for that. I mean, when I did the TikTok wrap with Calvin, when we were making the tortilla wraps, I just like held my phone as Ben and he like made the wrap, and it was this really like boring 5-minute video until I went into iMovie and edited it just like I do our fitness videos, right? And sped it up, turned down the sound, put it up in Reels, select the audio, uploaded it, add the text, and it was great. It did really well. People loved it. So yeah, time lapse, I feel like time lapse is great, but I feel like it's almost too fast for a reel. Like it's almost like, unless, I mean, that would be interesting if you could time lapse you organizing your closet to see like how it would be. You have to play around with it. The time lapse reels just, to me, are not as visually eye-catching. It's just like so quick. They take too long to get to what you want to see. Yeah, see, and that's the example of why I like 15-second reels over 30-second reels. I'm like, if I could teach somebody something in 15 seconds, why would I take 30 seconds to do it? You know, you want the words to stay up on the screen long enough for them to kind of see it, but you want them to watch it again. It's kind of like you have to find that balance. But, okay, anybody else have any questions? Is everybody feeling better about Reels? Tell me in the chat like how you're feeling. Are you feeling good? Are you excited? Did you learn something? What was your favorite thing you learned? A food prep video. Awesome. Okay, awesome. Everyone's feeling better. Okay, good. And okay, here's the thing too for content creation. If you are feeling stuck, call one of your girlfriends or a success partner and just start talking about stuff. And I promise you, oh, I do not want to be president. I'll be president of Reels. And you will come up with ideas. So like Sean and I were talking last night, and I was just listening to her talk, and I came up with like the greatest idea for like, I'm like, you should do that for a reel, like something that she just said. So there's so many ideas out there. There's like so much that you're going to create that sometimes you're just like too much in your head about it. So I don't know. I always say like, go outside, go for a walk, turn on some music. You can turn personal development into a reel. Like you can make anything into a reel, but most important, keep your ideal client in mind, and be very focused and intentional, and just have fun with it. That's it. Meredith, do you want to add anything?
I just want to say that you're thebomb.com, and you also look exceptionally gorgeous today.
I took my makeup and my hair.
You look really glamorous. I love it. It makes me feel like, you know, the year after the pandemic, the second version of the pandemic, I haven't had my hair colored or my eyebrows like, you know, waxed and God knows how long. And I'm looking at you and I'm like, God, I could really use a cleanup. No, I honestly just think this was the coolest presentation, and I can't thank you enough for diving deep and really showing us how to do it. But to echo what you said earlier, and, you know, I mentioned this before the call really kicked off, was that it just takes a while at first to do it. And often it's like the thing you don't want to do is the thing that you need to do to move the lever on your business forward, right? And this happens to be the thing right now that if you're posting, Instagram is going to give it more love. The algorithm is there to like push your content out, and keep it super simple. And it seems really daunting, but learn as you go. I think the very first one I did was just me pointing at things. So it was just record and then put the words in. And it probably took me an hour, right, to like get the first one out. But then once you figure it out, you figure it out, and it takes a little bit less time. So just be willing to spend the time doing it. And I can't thank you enough for all these genius ideas you gave us for content, and for your amazing expertise in this. I'm so excited to see all you guys pump out some reels this week and see all the reels popping up on my page. All right, you guys, I'll wrap up the call for today. Have a great rest of your day and week. Thank you so much, Megan. And I'll see you guys in the team page. Bye.